Hello and welcome to the Raynet 1 IT Visibility Workspace short video demonstration. In this video, I'll be showing you some of the highlights of the features that you'll be using in your daily workflows while working with Raynet 1. So let's start. In the Overview tab, we can find such important KPIs as the total number of software components, as well as the average version sprawl, meaning different versions of the same software, as well as the total number of devices currently in the system and the number of hardware vendors that we will be able to recognize. In the software portfolio analysis, we have a distribution of open source to commercial software licensing, support in an end of life, meaning software that has been stopped being supported by the manufacturers, as well as up-to-date and outdated software that needs to be patched or replaced in order to continue to manage it. In the hardware asset analysis, we can see distribution by operating system, in this case just Windows, and also by device type, meaning PCs, notebooks, mobiles, and so on and so on. In the security analysis dashboard, we can see the average score of all the vulnerabilities what we found for the system, as well as the top vulnerability by impact based on its score that is relevant for our security assessment. In the Inventory and Discovery app gaps dashboard, we can see the number of scanned devices compared to those that we know exist, but we were unable to identify and add to our inventory. In the bottom, you can see the two sources that we chosen for this demonstration. The first one being Raynet 1 Runner, and the second one being Microsoft Active Directory. Let's jump to the Software tab and do a deep dive into some of the more software-related KPIs. Again, we can see on the top a header with the most useful ones, one of which being the business functions that we know are relevant for our software being used. And here at the bottom, the optimization potential, a very important dashboard. This shows us the number of outdated versions that we need to be patched or replaced, but also the function overlap of software that we have in our portfolio, meaning software that fulfills the same role and can be either optimized or replaced. Lastly, again, the version sprawl that allows us to better manage our software, both in functionality and security in the future. In the Hardware tab, again in the top, important KPIs, as well as the vendor portfolio overview of the most popularly used vendor types in our portfolio. In the bottom, you can see the inventory log, how often it was scanned, as well as security insights for our operating system, for supported to end of life and up to date to outdated. In the security continuum with this theme, we have KPIs for auto support software, as well as software expiring in the next 3 months, the number of total vulnerabilities and vulnerable software that is affected. Here on the left, you can see a dashboard that corresponds to the overall software supported and expiring soon that allows us to better plan our security program, as well as the security level graph, showing the total number of vulnerabilities in the score in a graph manner. And here in the bottom, the most prevalent end-of-life software installations and total vulnerabilities by list. In the last tab, the gap identification, we can see again the number of the total scanned devices in percentage, how much of the software was recognized, the average inventory age, and the data consistency index. Here in the flow graph, you can see how many of the devices we were able to find as duplicates and remove them from our equation, as well as the, again, coverage based on our two sources that we chose, and different metadata about the inventory of our system. This concludes the short introduction to the IT Visibility Workspace. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.